Putin's chess moves in Ukraine, brilliant tactics, but bad strategy, question mark? Let me explain who is on the offense here, ladies and gentlemen. The big banks that conquered the United States and are taking all of our land and raising taxes until we go bankrupt. We are under attack by the very same people attacking the Russians. And the reason the globalists keep winning is they're masters at playing us off against each other. I keep saying I'm going to play this again. Will you guys cue up the From Russia with Love, Siamese Fighting Fish piece? I'm going to play that again because that's what this is all about. This explains everything. This is the globalist system. They sit above the nations, driving us into debt, playing us off against each other, when we should be in absolute collaboration with the Russians with technological next-level systems of energy, space exploration, everything. The United States is natural partners with the Russians. We owe the Russians an absolute debt of apology for, with the British intelligence in 1917, declassified, this is mainstream news, look it up, $25 million in gold brought in by Joseph Stalin, the head bank robber and money collector for V.I. Lenin, and bringing in upwards of 100,000 U.S. sheep-dipped soldiers who spoke Russian. First and second generation Russian immigrants out of New York City and other areas to invade Russia and overthrow it. And then, why do you think the left in this country supported Lenin and Stalin? Because they came from us, just like Hitler came from us. Everything comes from England and the United States. Look at England and the U.S. today. It runs the world. The language runs the world. Haven't people figured that out? I'm not demonizing England and the U.S. England and the U.S. are wondrous, rich cultures of good people. But because we were smart, vicious, aggressive, the evil got control of us and has been using us to build their world government while they prepare us for destruction. You don't just think they want to overthrow Assad and kill everybody, do you? Because he's a industrialized area and because the women don't have to wear hoods over their heads. They're wearing hoods on their heads now in al-Qaeda-held areas. Here is the London Daily Mail. Benghazi attack could have been prevented if U.S. hadn't switched sides in war on terror and allowed 500 million of weapons to reach al-Qaeda militants, reveals damning report. Yeah, we told you about that before it even happened, that it was coming. And now they admit Benghazi was a missile transfer. Do you understand what a fraud this is, folks? It's not U.S. support. It's globalist support for al-Qaeda, using the U.S. as a membrane, as a fence, as a foil, as a go-between. We either learn how they're dominating us, the global technocrats that are eugenicists. That's their identity. That's their ideology. We either learn the real enemy's identity and how they're, it's like an alien, might as well be aliens from another planet. I'm not actually saying that's what it is. I'm saying think of it like that. The globalist, how would aliens take over the planet? They would play us off against each other. Let's explain what the globalists are doing, playing us off against each other with this James Bond clip. Here it is.
Siamese fighting fish, fascinating creatures, brave but on the whole stupid. Yes, they're stupid. Except for the occasional one such as we have here, who lets the other two fight. While he waits. Waits until the survivor is so exhausted that he cannot defend himself. And then, like Spectre, he strikes.
I find the parallel amusing.
Our organization did not arrange for you to come over from the Russians just for amusement, number 3. Come in, Kronstein. Sit down, number 3, while we listen to what number 5 has devised for us.
All right, that's enough. And the number 5, the master world champion chess player in the movie Russia with Love, From Russia with Love, explains, we're going to play the Russians and the Americans off against each other. And then explains Spectre's plan. The same thing's in Captain America. Hydra is infiltrating both sides, playing them off against each other. Ian Fleming was a top OSS commander who wrote these books. They're telling you how they do it in these movies. Okay, I want to explain that again. Just like they want a civil war here between the American people and the feds that's meant to wipe both sides out. We don't need to have that civil war. We're going to come back, break down more from Russia and the latest range war now brewing in Texas.
With the globalists making more and more advances into our freedoms every day and ruining our healthcare system, it's important to be able to take back control of our own personal healthcare. Colloidal Silver Water even fights against the new designer bugs. The best prices found anywhere, along with the highest quality. That's why you'll love silver creams and water from colloidalresearch.com. Silver's been used for thousands of years to fight against germs and bacteria because it works. Check it out for yourself at colloidalresearch.com. That's colloidalresearch.com.
My name is Jessica Armand. I'm an activist, a GCN listener, and mother of 3. Our drinking water and food are filled with fluoride and other contaminants that harm our teeth and gums. To protect my family, I created My Magic Mud, an all-natural teeth whitening and strengthening remedy. My Magic Mud is a soft powder that polishes your teeth, reduces sensitivity, and removes harmful toxins from deep inside your mouth. You deserve a bright, healthy smile. Visit mymagicmud.com and get yours today. That's mymagicmud.com.
A 30-day GMO-free emergency food supply for only $99 at 30dayfoodsupply.com. You can purchase Oregon Trail Foods' 1-month supply of high-quality, nutritious, and healthy emergency meals. For less than $100, these vegetarian meals are naturally high in fiber, carbs, and protein, and they're packed with oxygen absorbers in Mylar pouches. They're completely free of any artificial flavors and colorings, have a 20-year shelf life, and take up to 70% less space than number 10 cans. They even offer a gluten-free option. Oregon Trail Foods and 30dayfoodsupply.com keep prices low by buying directly from the producers in Oregon and then passing the savings to you. Purchase a 30-day, 90-serving emergency food supply for only $99 this month, and $10 ships your entire order. Visit the website at 30dayfoodsupply.com or call 541-229-0010. That's 30dayfoodsupply.com, where they make preparedness affordable. 30dayfoodsupply.com.
A chemical spill contaminating the water supply in 9 West Virginia counties.
This year alone, over 300,000 people in West Virginia had their drinking water contaminated.
What are the health effects of having these drugs in our drinking water?
It's forced medical treatment without the consent of residents.
My friends, water filtration is one of the most basic actions you can take to protect you and your family from the harmful toxins and heavy metals in your tap water.
On average, the county says it sprays with the glyphosate at least once a week.
Few filters cut out the glyphosate that is found in water supplies worldwide. Remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, hydrofluorosilicic acid, sodium hexafluorosilicate.
Fluoride is in tea, it's in coffee, it's in water, it's in bread, it's in toothpaste.
It is our responsibility to protect our families. The establishment's not going to do it. It's time to take action. It's time to filter our water. For a limited time, use the promo code WATER15 and get 15% off on all ProPure systems at InfoWarsStore.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
Who has the perfect piece of gear for your bushcraft pack or bug-out bag? CanteenShop.com. Want to be able to start a fire in any weather? CanteenShop.com. Need a well-built, handcrafted knife that'll be passed down for generations? Get to CanteenShop.com for the best selection of high-quality, hand-picked gear from over 20 small U.S. businesses and big-name brands to bring you the best that the bushcraft survival world has to offer. CanteenShop.com. What's missing? What's missing from your kit?
Tired of taking handfuls of vitamin pills? Look and feel super with a great-tasting liquid vitamin and mineral supplement called Passion for Life. This incredible 1-ounce daily drink can lead to better stamina and energy due to faster, more complete absorption. Passion for Life contains 135 all-natural whole food ingredients. It's the best-tasting, most powerful product of its kind on the market. Order now by calling 844-TRY-LIFE or find out much more about Passion for Life by visiting 844TryLife.com. 844TryLife.com.
Folks, Alex Jones here, back live. I just covered some of the Russia situation. There is so much other news that we've got to get to today. It is all more proof and a signpost that we are entering a contrived, orchestrated global crisis that the Davos and Bilderberg group on record plan to ride to world government and total control under a technocratic surveillance grid. Coming up, Homeland Security to purchase 25 million more shotgun rounds on top of the 2.6+ billion rounds that have been purchased the last 4 years. We've also got Justice Scalia says court upholding traffic stop based on anonymous tip, a freedom-destroying cocktail. And 2 news stories that just went up on Infowars.com that are off the chart insane. Because it just shows you they're getting ready to go fully operational with Homeland Security as the domestic Stasi force that it was built to be. They even hired the former head of the Stasi, Marcus Wolf, to consult for 2 years. And when I first heard that in 2003 on the radio from a guest host or a guest I had on, I didn't believe it. Al Martin was covering it, investigative journalist, and I went and looked it up and actually found a Homeland Security document and congressional links where they were funding hiring him as a consultant. I mean, hire the former head of the Stasi to consult for 2 years. He died after that. Here's the headline. Louisiana creates database of citizens who represent a risk to the state. Texas tried to pass a database like this about 4 years ago that, quote, if you've been critical of the government, you'd be in a database when you were pulled over. So there you go. It admits they track everyone and watch everyone, basically with NSA software. We're going to play that video coming up. Here's another one that dovetails with that. New York Homeland Security encourages businesses to snitch on preppers as terrorists. Purchasing MREs, flashlights, or ammunition is suspicious activity. That's why I've seen articles in mainstream news in New York State and New Jersey where in one case, an old guy bought 500 rounds of .22. That's what it comes in. And the FBI came to his house to see why he got it. And it's just to create the impression that that's illegal or terrorist and to get you used to men coming to your house. You know, the government funds Al-Qaeda and opens the borders up and launders hundreds of billions a year in drug money publicly. But if you buy MREs or candles or flashlights or whatever, we're going to come visit your house. We're going to come ask you questions. We're going to, oh, you're buying guns. We're going to come ask you why. And they're just getting you accustomed to being in contact with the secret police. So that, the third or fourth time they come to visit you, you don't resist when they put you in handcuffs and disappear you under NDAA. This is part of domestication. It's how you domesticate pigs, cows, sheep, geese. They handle you first. TSA is psychologically to get you used to being touched and then groped and then x-rayed. By the way, under lawsuits and federal orders, they claim they stopped groping under 12-year-olds. That's not true. I've seen it myself. They backed off a little bit. Now they're back, and we have video of that coming up. DrudgeReport.com has it linked. It's an Infowars.com story. Video, TSA agents pat down 2- and 6-year-old children. A Paul Joseph Watson article. Infants allegedly targeted because mother's name was on watch list. And they made the watch list secret 7 years ago. But when they made it secret, there was 2.2 million people on the list, including my father, who could barely fly, who has no criminal record and hasn't had a speeding ticket in a decade. What was it, something like 20 members of Congress were on no-fly list and couldn't get off? Oh, there's some secret group says you can't fly. Oh, there's some secret group says you can't work, you can't travel, your car won't turn on. That's where the technocracy is going with the smart meters, the black boxes already in all the cars. I told you when MIT talked about it 15 years ago, they would track you by the mile and tax you. The boxes started going in. They became law last year. And now they're going, guess what? We're going to start taxing you by the mile, Jack. Lifetime, you got internet tracker boxes in your car, basically a cell phone tracking you under the car in a hardened box that's wired into your ignition and everything else, where they can hit one button and turn your car off. And see, cops are listening going, he's not supposed to know that. I knew that 15 years before you even knew it was being put in. When, cops would walk by me in Austin and go, are the black helicopters going to get me? Am I being listened to? You don't laugh anymore, do you? Because you're being tracked, too. You're being watched, too. Remember back just 5 years ago? The NSA doesn't spy on Americans. That's a conspiracy theory. Now they're like, we spy on everything you do, and it's totally illegal, and you sit down and shut up. We're putting you all on list. We're buying millions of rounds of ammo, thousands of armored vehicles, and training to take on gun owners. It's called treason.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GC